Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Tiasa Putri. Here I would like to teach you simple past tense. Do you still remember about simple past tense? Okay, would you please give me a sentence by using simple past tense? What did you do last night? Yes, that's right. I studied English last night. That is the example of sentence by using simple past tense. Okay, so do you want to know more about simple past tense? Let's check it out. Simple past tense. If you look at here, in this picture, the time for simple past tense is in the past. So here, we use the simple past to express the idea that an action started and finished at a specific time in the past. And the time signals, you may see in 1980, last blah blah blah, last month, last year, last week, blah 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 ago, 2 days ago, 3 years ago, yesterday, just now, and so on. The use of simple past tense. First, the simple past tense indicates that an activity or situation began and ended at a particular time in the past. Example, yesterday, police arrested 2 thieves. Second, if a sentence contains when and has the simple past in both clauses, the action in the when clause happens first. Example, the telephone rang when someone knocked the door. You can see here the word rang and knocked, two activities in the same time, and they are both. And the third, the simple past tense expresses that the actions in the past taking place one after the other. Example, last month, I celebrated Idul Adha. After I prayed, I went to my neighbor's house, then cooked gulay and satay. The words both here, celebrated, prayed, went, and cooked, they are in the same sentence. So they should use the same tense. And there is a time signal here that is last month, shows in the past. So we have to use simple past tense. Now let's see for verbal sentence, especially for simple past tense. It means that this sentence has an action verb. And this is the formula: positive, subject plus verb 2 plus object plus adverb. For negative, subject plus didn't or did not plus verb 1 plus object plus adverb. While for interrogative, did plus subject plus verb 1 plus object plus adverb and question mark. Okay, here the example. Government socialized the educational system yesterday. So if we would like to identify the words in this sentence one by one, government is subject, socialized is verb 2, the educational system is object, while adverb is yesterday. I'll tell you about the passive from this sentence, especially for simple past tense. So we change subject to object and vice versa. But for the predicate, it will be changed. So from the sentence, government socialized the educational system yesterday, it will be the educational system was socialized by government yesterday. So the educational system is subject, while be here, was. Be for past is was or were, depends on the subject. Plus verb 3 plus by plus object plus adverb. Verb 3 is socialized. Object is government. And yesterday is adverb of time or time signal. Okay, let's see the nominal sentence for simple past tense. For be, please remember that only two kinds of be in the past for simple past tense, was and were. Was for I, she, he, it, while were they, we, you. Look at this example. She was an English teacher last year. She is subject, was be, complement here, an English teacher, noun. And last year is the time signal. For complement here, you may use adjective, noun, or adverb. Subject plus be plus complement, that is positive. Subject plus be plus not plus complement, negative. While be plus subject plus complement, question mark, is interrogative. Now let's see these examples. They saw him yesterday. Where is the verb to? Shows simple past tense. Here, the word saw. And what is the time signal? The time signal is yesterday. Okay, next. Last Friday, the students passed their vocabulary test. Where is the time signal? Last Friday. Where is the verb to? Shows simple past tense. Past. Okay. The third is we got married 2 years ago. The time signal here is 2 years ago. And verb to here is got. English has two types of verbs in the past tense, regular and irregular verbs. So there is a change from verb 1 to verb 2. Example, fly becomes flew. Wash becomes washed. Okay, now let's check these verbs. Flew is irregular. Washed, regular. Played, regular. Drank, irregular. Went, irregular. Mopped, irregular. When irregular, mopped, regular. Listened, regular. Swept, irregular. What is regular verb? So regular verbs are verbs which end with ed. Example, walk becomes walked. Study becomes studied. Cry becomes cried. Live becomes lived. And how about irregular verbs? Irregular verbs are verbs which don't end with ed. And some irregular verbs have a vowel change in the past tense. Example, become becomes became. Give becomes gave. Drive becomes drove. Forget becomes forgot. Other irregular verbs have a different kind of change. Teach becomes taught. Bring becomes brought. Live becomes left. Hear becomes heard. Buy becomes bought. Example, Celia bought a new computer last weekend. And some irregular verbs don't change at all. Examples, hit becomes hit, put becomes put, set becomes set. So if you, it makes you easy to memorize, hit, 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 put, cut, set. So those verbs are irregular verbs. The lecturers put the board marker on the table every day. That is for simple present tense. How about in simple past tense? The lecturers put the board marker on the table last night. So if we take a look at these two verbs, they are similar, but different contexts, especially for the tense, the time. The first sentence is in the present, while the second is in the past. The exception in spelling. Exception in spelling when adding ed. After a final e, only add d. Example, love becomes loved. Final consonant after a short stressed vowel or as a final consonant after a vowel is doubled. Example, admit becomes admitted. And the last, final y after a consonant becomes ie. Hurry becomes hurried. For regular verbs, simply use the ed form of the verb in a positive sentence. Example, when I was a child, I played the piano. From the words play. Play becomes played. Tias visited Paris. From the word visit becomes visited. So be careful with the spelling changes. And for irregular verbs, use the correct past tense form in positive sentences. We use the same form with different subject. Unfortunately, these forms must be memorized. Example, last week I sent you a letter. From verb 1, send. Send. And the second, the students had an English exam. From the word have. Have becomes had. And the last, they did a great job. From the word do. Do becomes did. Now put the verbs between brackets into the correct form by using simple past. The first is last year, please choose the words below by using simple past tense. Choose the correct one. Last year I spent with T. My holiday in Ireland. It, how about be here? Use was. It was great. What do you think for travel here? Travel becomes traveled. That's right. I traveled around the city by car with 2 friends and we blah 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 lots of interesting places. The word visit becomes visited. In the evenings, we usually blah 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 to a cafe. Go becomes when. We blah 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 very lucky with the weather. Be here must be filled with, yes, you're right, were. Next, it blah 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 a lot. There is a word, not and rain. So here for the negative one, it didn't rain a lot. Next, we blah 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 some beautiful rainbows. See becomes saw. I blah 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 an amazing holiday. The last answer, have becomes had. Okay, well done. Good job. Now let's have practice. Go to this website to practice what you have learned about simple past tense. And this is the link. So let's try to have a game by using quizzes. You may go to this website, quizzes.com, or join myquiz.com with the code 66766 136. Good luck. Okay, these are the sources. And thank you very much for watching my video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye. Keep practicing English. Thank you.